With me is Christian Kurmann, the author of Bonding and Belonging, the new zeitgeist for the 21st century. And we're exploring some issues around transformational macro leadership. Christian, what are the global challenges that we face in the 21st century?
Well, we are currently facing the upheaval in regards to leadership and organizational behavior. As a matter of fact, we not really have grasped the enormity of globalization. Instead, we keep pushing the system and not realizing actually that we are way past peak. And currently we are on our way down to descent. And we're struggling psychologically, mentally, as well as physically. And still, in a way, we haven't really understood how to overcome that situation. Instead, we're holding on to old mindsets, which are not really serving as the purpose, which should be empowerment or openness, cooperation, as well as empathy or nurturing the good. And this is clearly asking for a new model of leadership, the way we look at politics and leadership as such, but also economy, education and health. And with no doubt, we are going to see enormous social as well as global shift. But for the ones who have the ability actually to adapt, it's going to be a great opportunity. So at the end of the day, I see a number of challenges. And for example, we need to find ways how we better overcome our personal challenges, how we can manage anxiety, for example, or what are the relationships towards crisis and dependency or inequality. Further, we need to find ways that we can design an organizational structure that actually gives the opportunity for women to step up and receive higher responsibility, so that actually we can bring in more empathy and intuition, which is crucially important. The Dharma culture, what I call sort of the nuts and bolts of the organizational behavior, is very, very important. And we actually create an environment where people feel safe and comfortable, and that we actually can create good things. We should, in a way, avoid the 24/7 leadership, so which means we need to really look into the priorities who then actually serve us and the purposes of the overall mission. And the global flexibility is something we've been keep struggling for a long, long time, so we need to look in that as well. I see as well the complexity that we need to really trip it down, that we can reduce the complexity and reduce the amount of information that actually we're getting. And at last, certainly is the talent. So we're going to see a shift of talents as we need to service completely different needs. And that we need to ask ourselves, what sort of structure do we actually need once we have that talent? And once we introduce these talents in these organizations, how can I actually keep them without considering extrinsic motivations?